Now let's start with Bri this morning.
Yeah, Bri, can you tell us how the people who got hurt are doing?
Yeah, Claire, Dan, we do know that 35 students and 5 adults were on the bus when it crashed yesterday afternoon. And a doctor here at TMC confirmed about 15 were brought here to be treated for minor injuries and the rest were taken to Banner. But good news is we were told that all of them should be okay. The students were coming down from the Kingman Unified School District for a Future Business Leaders of America conference at the Tucson Convention Center. DPS tells us the bus was going eastbound on I-10 near Tangerine Road when it was sideswiped by an SUV, causing it to hit the median and flip over. The driver of the SUV was arrested and we're still waiting to hear what he's been charged with. Now, 3 students and 1 adult were rushed to the hospital with serious injuries, and later on a bus from the Marana School District brought everyone else to the hospital to have medical evaluations. Now, again, everyone is expected to be okay, but the doctor here at TMC said this could have been a lot worse.
So unfortunately, with the bus, obviously no one's wearing seatbelts, so it actually has the ability to be a high injury, potential mortality injury, but unfortunately for these children, it does not seem to appear that way.
TMC was able to help all of the parents locate the students and reunite them with their families, and we are expecting to hear more details about the crash in the coming days. But let's bring in Blake Phillips. Blake, we know I-10 is back open at this time. How are the roads looking this morning?
In a developing story here at 6:30, we're working to learn more about a deadly crash overnight on State Route 86, about 15 minutes west of downtown, where 5 people were killed.
Let's bring in KGUN 9's Bri Pacelli. She's been live along the highway close to where this crash happened. And Bri, as the sun's been rising, what can you show us right now?
Claire, Jose, right now I am standing alongside State Route 86 on San Joaquin Road. Now, we've seen a lot of activity this morning from cars as this highway is now fully open after being closed for several hours last night after a deadly crash happened here. Now, the Arizona Department of Public Safety says 2 cars were involved in a head-on collision here just west of Camino Verde on the highway. We do know that 5 people died, but we still don't know what led up to this crash or if anyone else got hurt. We are expecting to hear more from DPS later this morning as they continue investigating what happened here, and we'll continue to keep you updated throughout the day on KGUN9.com, but I will send it back to you guys for now.
It's 6:37. Let's take a look at traffic around town. Get you out the door right now with Bri Pacelli. Bri, what's going on?
I mean, Dan, things are starting to pick up a little bit more as the morning is going on. Taking a look at our traffic cam, we're seeing a little bit more brake lights on I-10 near Congress right now. But let's jump over to our neighborhood network. We're seeing a little bit more yellow on the map. Some buildup near Golf Links and Alvernon, and of course downtown, which is pretty typical. But we are following an accident this morning near Alvernon. It's on Palo Verde Road at Michigan Street, and we did receive an update from Pima County Sheriff's Department. They said the injuries involved with this accident are non-life threatening and the road is not blocked off at this time. But if you are traveling through this area this morning, be sure to keep this in mind. Now let's take a look at those morning drive times to get you out the door. Speedway and Kolb to I-10 looking around 16 minutes right now. Grant and Craycroft to I-10 about 14 minutes, and a little bit of buildup near Golf Links to downtown Tucson looking around 15 minutes. But of course, you could always check out the neighborhood network for yourself online at KGUN9.com and on our app. Good morning, guys. Claire, Jose, there is a lot to expect today as J.D. Vance makes his way to Arizona for his 3rd trip as former President Donald Trump's running mate. Vance will arrive here at the Tucson Speedway racetrack in just a few hours to rally supporters. And I spoke with Dave Smith, chairman with the Pima County Republican Party, who mentioned that he's noticed some voters are reconsidering their choices.
Pima County taken as a whole is a plus D, but the thing is within we have different precincts that are very Republican, and we need to make sure we hold those or win other ones. And there's several Democrat strongholds, I think, where we're competitive this year. And frankly, we're seeing a sea change on a lot of base voters who are thinking about voting R this time.
So Vance is set to arrive here at the Tucson Speedway around noon today, but doors will open 3 hours earlier at 9 a.m. Now, this is a public event, but if you do want to attend today, make sure that you do register on the campaign's website. Now, we'll continue to keep you updated throughout the morning. People will be arriving soon. We've actually seen a couple cars come in. The event is not open yet, so we've seen cars kind of coming around, seeing where they can come through. So fans are already arriving for this rally. But I do want to send it to Ryan Fish for now, who has a look on Tim Walz coming to town as well.
New study done on campus reveals there is a troubling connection between pregnant women being exposed to pesticides and then being more at risk of stillbirths. Our Bri Pacelli is in studio for us this morning. And Bri, walk us through some of what the researchers did look into.
So, Jose, this new study focuses on the effects of exposure to agricultural pesticides, a risk for pregnant women living in farming communities. I was able to speak to Melissa Furlong, assistant professor in environmental health services at the University of Arizona, and she told me when conducting the study, they took a look at 3 classes of pesticides. Most of the pesticides in those classes mainly targeting insects.
And we actually found ingredients in all 3 of those classes that were really strongly associated with stillbirth. Specifically, I think some of the strongest associations were for acephate, which is an organophosphate pesticide, and some of the pyrethroid pesticides.
So I wanted to show you a map of one pyrethroid pesticide the University of Arizona studied. So this is an agricultural community right outside of Phoenix, and the blue areas that you're seeing on the map show applications of zetacypermethrin from 2017 to 2020. But stillbirth is not very common. It's actually pretty rare. From 2006 to 2020, Arizona saw 2,290 stillbirths, but being exposed to pesticides could increase the risk for pregnant women. Melissa did say there are precautions you can take if you do live near an agricultural pesticide application, such as reducing the dust track into your home by dusting, vacuuming, and avoiding using pest control. For more information on the study, visit KGUN9.com.
Fascinating recent weekend. The Tucson Roadrunners are shaking off a rough summer, lacing up their skates for another high-action season downtown in the Tucson Arena.
KGUN9's Bri Pacelli caught up with the team ahead of their home opener on Saturday.
The Roadrunners have become a key part of our city's sports culture, and after talks about possibly relocating, the decision for them to stay is a huge win for both the team and local fans.
It's more than just a hockey team, it's a family, and we're going to fight for family at the end of the day.
At the end of last season, the Arizona Coyotes move to Utah left the future of the Roadrunners, its minor league AHL team since 2016, in doubt.
Of course, there's always, a little concern. You've built something over the last, 7-8 years, and you want to see it continue, and I think over that time, we really were building, closer and closer to a championship team.
When fans heard about the potential move, they wanted to see a save off the ice.
I think it's really tough. I mean, the Tucson Roadrunners have become such a staple in the community here. It gives people in Tucson something to bond over and unite over.
Fans rallied to keep the team in Tucson, bringing posters to late season games and even signing petitions.
When people start bringing posters saying, stay here, don't leave, it was actually pretty emotional. But finding out that we're staying here was awesome. It made me very happy. It's pretty special. It just shows, what the Roadrunners mean to this community. And, we're just very fortunate and lucky to have great people behind us.
Players like Travis Barron are excited to be back in Tucson this season, knowing how much it means to their fans who fill the seats at the Tucson Arena.
It just shows how passionate people are here and how much they love Roadrunner hockey and how much they love us and how much we love them.
Make sure to come right here to the Tucson Convention Center this Saturday at 7 p.m. as the Roadrunners face off against the Texas Stars. Reporting from the Tucson Convention Center, Bri Pacelli, KGUN9. Early this morning, there were reports of a house fire here off Cayo Cito, and TFD did confirm that 2 people have died. Now, TFD, TPD, and detectives have been here all morning long putting out the fire and investigating the scene. And I did speak to a neighbor who said she woke up around 3 a.m. to multiple explosions. Now, we'll continue to keep you updated throughout the day on KGUN9.com. Reporting from Kolb and Cayo Cito, Bri Pacelli, KGUN9. Good morning, Jose. So the University of Arizona welcomed its largest and most diverse freshman class ever, having over 58,000 applications this year, which is the most in its history. So during the first week, we saw over 9,300 students start their college journey right here at the U of A, and over 4,900 of those students are from right here in Arizona. I looked into the record enrollment numbers this year. The total is nearly 5% more than back in 2022 and 10% more compared to 2021. I also met a student who's a part of this new class and didn't want to miss an opportunity to come here even though she's originally from out of state. Claire, Jose, we did receive new updates from UAPD. They say a Pima Community College student was shot here outside of Arizona Sonora Hall off Park Avenue and 4th Street. They say the student got into an altercation here at the volleyball courts behind me around 11 p.m. last night, where he was shot, and then people carried him to a nearby parking lot where UAPD did attempt life-saving measures on him, but he ultimately did die. As far as the gunman goes, we know that he is a heavy-set male with curly hair and was last seen wearing a white shirt with gray shorts and a handgun. Now, shortly after the shooting, the university sent an alert out to students telling them to avoid the area, but they have given the all clear since then, but UAPD is still looking for the suspect. This is a developing story, so we'll continue to keep you updated with any more information that we receive throughout the day on KGUN9.com. Reporting from the University of Arizona, Bri Pacelli, KGUN 9.
Speaking of the Salvation Army, again, 40 years tradition, serving a Thanksgiving meal for neighbors who might need that place to go. KGUN 9's Bri Pacelli joins us live now from the Salvation Army Hospitality House. Bri, happy to see you too. So we know volunteers been getting ready for some time. What are they expecting and what can folks expect when they walk in through the door?
Yeah, there's a lot to expect today. I mean, this meal just grows and grows each year. They're actually expecting about 500 people to be right here eating and having their Thanksgiving meal at the Salvation Army. And again, volunteers have really been preparing for this meal for the past 2 weeks. They've actually been cooking and putting everything together so that they can serve residents here in our community. The Salvation Army has been serving Thanksgiving meals to the community since 1984, and this year about 200 volunteers will help prepare and serve the food. Along with the hot meal, guests will be able to enjoy entertainment provided by Kids Unlimited and Mandrake. Major Andreas Espinoza says today's goal is to make everyone feel welcome and valued.
We support the community because there's less fortunate people around, but they feel like they belong to the community. And this is what's important because the community can see.
All right, so volunteers are already here nice and early, and they're already putting me to work, so I'm going to put this hairnet on, and I have my nice little apron, so we're going to come into the kitchen. I'm here with Tim Grimes, and again, he's putting me to work. We're going to prepare this food. So Tim, what should I do first? We're mixing the vegetables. I mean, look how many, this is a lot of vegetables. He's going to be serving, again, 500 people today. And how long have you been here? What time did you get here at, Tim?
I got here a little after 4.
A little after 4. So this meal is going to start at 11 o'clock today. Doors will open at 11. They're expecting people to start lining up around 10 a.m. And this is a lot of food for a lot of people. And this is 500 people, right? We're expecting at least 500 people. What else are we cooking right now and preparing?
Well, right now we've got the vegetables started, and there's a turkey I just pulled out of the oven right behind
turkey in the oven? Oh, here's the turkey in the oven. Again, doors are going to open at 11 a.m. today. The meal will be served from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. and anyone is welcome. So if you want to even just come and be a part of the community and get a hot meal today, you can come right here to the Salvation Army. But I'll send it back to you for now.